Hi guys, I'm from my window to yours. Yeah, I've got various windows over here. Yeah, I'm pointing the wrong way. I'm actually reporting from my kitchen because I'm wanting to do dishes. I'm wanting to get this done, and I'm still feeling. I'm at the end of this cold. I'm gonna turn off this water so you guys can hear. um, yeah, sorry for that. I do have my coffee, and my mug today happens to be. I pulled out some of the winter stuff. It's not here in Michigan right now. It's not snowing yet. Believe this upcoming weekend we have a chance of rain snow mix. Yeah, we do have frost on the ground though. I do have to say, I think it was in the mid 20s last night, so I woke up and there's frost on the ground. So, coffee. Okay. Yeah. What a week it's been. Yeah, an event where both sides didn't think the other would win, and let me get my notes. I know I've got my notes here. Yeah, I've got my other computer here that's or my laptop that keeps my notes. But yeah, what a shocking win. Both sides accusing the others of cheating and it not really cheating, but maybe bad calls and what have you. And yeah, the Detroit Lions actually won in the last 30 seconds. I know you guys think I'm talking about something else, which is true. If you voted, you know what? More power to you. My attitude towards that is, did we end up with a surprising win? Yes, I believe so. Do I like the outcome? Personally, no. However, I've learned to look at all situations with positive intent. Looking at positive intent, looking at situations. I need to get my hair cut. I'm looking like who's that guy? Is it a Street Fighter guy? I don't play these. Been Chris for sure. Akuma, I think his name. So anyway, no, the outcome didn't come out the way I wanted, but I did vote third party anyway this year. I generally tend to vote Democratic, as you know. However, I've talked about this too. I'm going to say fairly 50-50. Because I have voted like I believe three presidential elections out of maybe 6 or 7. I've not done the math. I've not gone back in history and counted. But I've personally voted. Right off the top of my head, I know 3 Republicans that I have voted for. So I'm pretty much half and half. I'm kind of right in the middle there. I'm a righty, lefty, righty, as I always say. People call me. So, Kaya, if you hear something on the floor, in here it's Kaya. It's she's playing with her food. So okay. But yeah, something I learned at Kellogg's with one of their what they call their K values, and it's one of it focuses on going into situations with positivity, positive intent. Any situation you go into, everybody's pretty much there for something positive. You don't go into work saying, hey, I'm going to screw up this day. I'm really going to fuck it up today. Now, who goes to work in that? Or who gets up out of bed saying, you know what, this is really going to be a bad day. I'm going to make this a bad day. Nobody says that. So everything you do, you should do it from look at the glass half full, not half empty. And look at everything positive. And this happens to be one of those cases. I heard, and I don't subscribe to his channel, but Boogie, I watched he had one of the best responses that I have seen on any YouTube channel. And I don't watch him because I don't care for Francis, his alter ego, whatever it is. I just don't care for him. I don't like him. But Boogie himself, he did a response that was pretty much spot on. Sorry, still this cold is getting me. Okay, yeah, I got my Mortal Kombat on today. Okay, so anyway, he said something that really kind of resonated with me, and I'm telling people this when people ask me my opinion because they know I'm a very opinionated person. He said there are times in life, and this is very true. There are times in life when you get bucked off that horse. You hurt yourself, but you get up, you brush yourself off, and you move on. And you bucked off that horse, and you fix that, and you move on, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. I know there's fear out there. I know there's fear of unknown. Personally, I really hope, and I'm with President Obama on this, we want him to succeed, because if he succeeds, the country will succeed along with him. I totally agree with Obama on that. So, yeah, we want him to succeed. Now, do we want him to succeed at some of this bullshit that he was preaching during his campaign? Oh, not at all, not at all. And like I heard the ACLU the other day tell him, we're going to be walking step and step inside with you, by your side, to promote you and help you, but don't. They're pretty much are saying they're going to be watching. So like the Muslim situation, the wall. One thing that never came up in the Trump president or the campaign was anything against gays and lesbians. The problem that we have there is his running mate, Mike Pence. Mike Pence is for conversion therapy. And if you don't know what conversion therapy is, look it up. We don't need electrocution methods to change. And yeah, he believes in that. And, that big controversy that he had in his own state of Indiana where he did that religious freedom bill. And I don't remember if that was a Chick-fil-A thing or not. But anyway, he had to ultimately throw it out. So, okay. And I hope this, my camera's been jittery. And I hope this is recording okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm at 7 minutes. Let me move on. Oh, just one more thing about this situation. And the Lions winning. I was happy. And going back to the Lions, I had turned it off. I just turned it off because I'm like, oh my God, they're going to lose. And there was only like 1 minute left, or it was less than a minute. And I went outside to the yard and started doing some raking. And I didn't bring my phone with me either. So I come back in later and I look at my phone and there's text saying, Brad, they're tied. They're going into OT and turn it on and blah, blah, blah. Missed it. Totally missed it. But yeah, they ended up winning in the last, I think it was a 58-yard field goal they kicked to tie the game. And once they tied, they went into overtime. And I believe it was their first drive. They scored a touchdown, Golden Tate. And yeah, that game over. So I missed the whole thing. And like they always say, wait till that fat woman sings. Okay, one more little bit about the election, though. And this has to do with my opinions on the protest. One thing that really irritates me about the protest, and I wish I could ask every protester out there, did you vote? Because I saw a graphic the other day where only 49.4%, basically 50% of the people registered to vote, did vote. The other 50% sat your ass at home, which I think is very inexcusable. If you know you cannot vote, unless you had a dire emergency that day, unless you know you cannot vote, I think every state offers early voting, absentee ballots, what have you. But 50% didn't vote. And I'm wondering, in my mind, how many of these protesters are part of that 50% didn't vote? Plus, I heard this too. And because I see a lot of the protesters are younger, like Gen Z or whatever you want to call them, millennials. I think they're even younger than millennials. But I heard, though, that that those people didn't really go out and vote because they were so disenfranchised with like what happened with Bernie Sanders, and that's another talk for another day. But they were so disenfranchised with Bernie and what happened that they decided they weren't going to go vote. So my question, and I'm wondering, Kaya's wanting some different kind of food or get into food. I don't know what she wants. But my question is, how many of these protesters are? When I agree, if they did go vote, then guess what? Our Constitution guarantees the right to go out and stage your protest. I don't know what good they're going to do. And now all of a sudden we want our electoral college changed. And funny that like 4 years ago, I think it was Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump wanted to do away with the, but now they're all like, oh yeah, everything's good. It's just the obstructism. They turned every, and when I say they, I want to say the Republican Congress, Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, did everything they could to obstruct Obama. Mitch McConnell even praised himself at doing so. And what is so sad, and the only thing out there that is really scary to me, is the change in the Supreme Court. I am really hoping that Trump is going to nominate truly a moderate. I hope. I hope and pray, because that truly could change my life. And that's the only thing that kind of scares me. But again, with a positive intent, I have to remain hopeful for the future. Okay, enough of that. Gaming. There's Black Friday's coming up. The calendar reads to me November. Yes, this is Steven, by the way. Stefan. He's a guitar player for Within Temptation. And today's the 13th. Black Friday happens a week from this Friday. And I've been watching the ads. And there's a few things, because I've been thinking about getting a PlayStation. You guys know I'm a Xbox fanboy. But I want to open up and broaden my gaming experience. Now, the con with getting a PlayStation, I'm not opposed to PlayStation. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people think, just like the general election, a lot of people think that all of a sudden because I'm pro Xbox, I must be anti PlayStation. That could be farther from the truth. I'm not even anti-PC gamers. I know we've got these PC gamer elitists out there that are like the PC master race, and it drives me nuts. We're all gamers. It's just like in politics, we're all human beings. We all bleed red. No matter your sexual identity, color of your skin, religious preference, anything. We all bleed red. You take a knife, cut your finger, oh yeah, it's red. Okay. But the same with gamers. It's like this elitism. I prefer the Xbox just because that is what I had as my gaming ecosystem. But I want to add, like Chris has, my husband Chris, he has everything. He has the Nintendo, he doesn't have a Wii, but he has the Nintendo 3DS. He has his PlayStation, he has his Xbox. He has everything, and that's what I want. The only thing that I don't like is if I do add a PlayStation, this is a con to adding a PlayStation. Am I going to duplicate the games? Like, for instance, I probably want to get Dishonored 2. But do I get it for Xbox? Do I get it for PlayStation? The only thing is with PlayStation is there's some games like, I believe The Last of Us was that exclusive. And then we've got Uncharted and the God of War series. There's some exclusives that I definitely would want to play on it. But does the amount of the exclusives really weigh to getting a PlayStation? Okay, so anyway, the Black Friday deal PlayStation, which you guys probably have heard, is they're lowering the price $50. So it's going to be $249. I can get a PlayStation 4. It's the slim model now. That's all they make. So it's just PlayStation 4. I'm not interested in the Pro. But the PlayStation 4, and it comes with the Uncharted bundle for $249. I think that's a really good deal. And then I heard, or I was watching his channel is back Yeah, Back Pocket Game Reviews. That's what his. I'll have to leave a link in the description for his channel. But he was going through all the flyers, and he used to work at GameStop, but I don't think he works there now. He works somewhere else. But he was comparing Target, Best Buy, GameStop, all these Black Friday ads. Sounds like the best one is Target, because Target, yeah, it's $249, but when you buy one, they will give you a $40 Target gift card. So that's a gift for me. That's just a gift by itself. That's like, oh yeah, give it to my sister because she always shops Target, or my mother or somebody, or even use it for me for game or whatever. Well, my local store here, around the Midwest here, we have a chain called Myers. It's a grocery store. It's like a super store with the groceries and your soft goods and your hard goods and stuff like that. So they are kind of doing the same thing. And the thing about Myers is nobody's like, hey, let's go to Myers for Black Friday. No, everybody wants to go down the street, which is Best Buy, Target, GameStop, all that. And that's where it's very, very, very crowded, and I don't like to deal with crowds. So you go to Myers, and they have an electronics section, and here's the thing. Not a lot of people are there. And they are giving away, I believe, it's kind of almost the same deal as Target, but it's a $25 Meijer card, and I'm always shopping at Myers. So if I do get one, my preference right now is with Myers. Outside of the PlayStation, there's another thing, and that is the 3DS. That's an incredible deal. $100 will get you a 3DS. It's not a 3DS XL, but it is the new 3DS. And Chris, again, he has one, and I like it. I don't play it, but I like it. And excuse me, I've had, I don't know, 3 or 4 different Nintendo 3Ds, handheld devices, and today at this state, I don't have any. And it's always like, you know why? Because I never play it, and I usually end up buying it, but then trading it in towards something from GameStop. So that one, it's a good deal, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Maybe, and hopefully my nephew's not listening, but. And I'll have to ask my sister, but maybe it's possibly a gift for my nephew. That'd be a great gift for my nephew. So, but $100 3DS, and the big question is, which I'm sure Nintendo's not answering, are these things on sale because of the Switch coming out next year, and they're going to end 3DS production? That is my thought as to why these might be discounted. So. Yeah, no PS Pro. It's overkill for me. The Scorpio next year, but that's another topic for next year. That might be okay. That's something I'm looking at. But I don't have a 4K TV. It's nothing I'm going to run out and get anytime soon. I don't care about the graphics. The graphics on the games right now for me are just fine. So for the PS, it offers me nothing. The PS Pro, but the PlayStation regular does offer me something. And for me, I'd be happy with that. That's it. And yeah, the VR. I think the VR is a fad, just like the Kinect was when it first came out. I do still use the Kinect. I've told you guys before. I've got the Kinect hooked up to my Xbox. I'm gonna have to do I'll do a tour someday of this house. I've always said that I'm gonna do a room tour. My room happens to be the living room, where a lot of my Gears of War stuff is in my Xbox. But yeah, I've got the Kinect, and it's sitting on top of the TV. I've got a 50-inch Samsung and LED, which is fine with me. Again, but yeah, I use the Kinect, and the Kinect does kind of like a Windows Hello. When I sign in, it automatically knows who I am. It listens to me through Cortana commands. I don't use it personally for like gaming. The only game I really enjoyed it with was that Disney Fantasia. That is an incredible game where you are the conductor. And that game was an amazing. My favorite Kinect game outside of Kinect Adventures, which originally came with a Kinect. Kinect Adventures was fun. And yeah, my fat ass jumping around and doing all that stuff. But yeah, if you own a Kinect, you've not tried that Fantasia, and I'm sure you can get it real cheap now. It is a great game. But yeah, I keep the Kinect, but still the Kinect has its purposes for me through voice commands. What game was I playing the other day, and I was surprised. It said, "Hey, if you have oh, yeah, I talked about it, I think, last week, Dead Rising 3. It actually has voice commands. You can say, like, over here, and then it draws the zombies over to you to clear them out of a certain area. So, anyway, yeah, with the PS, I can see why the PS Pro, you would support the VR. I'm not into the VR. I'm not planning on getting it at all. So, yeah, just a regular PlayStation. I'll let you guys know for sure if I get one. Right now, I'm leaning towards no. Use that money towards something else. And yeah, gearing up for next year. Right now, I don't have any plans for next year. I'm gonna wait and see what like I said, the Scorpio. The only game, and it's being hyped right now because of November 7th, was the N7 day. Mass Effect Andromeda. That I'll definitely be getting. I'm sorry for my cough, guys. But that I'll definitely be getting. And it was announced that day, which I'm happy to hear, that Mass Effect 2 and 3 are now backward compatible. I was trying to search my library. I did find my old Mass Effect 3, which I can go ahead and install. And my Mass Effect 2, I may have to purchase. I don't know. I have to look at my library again, but I don't know what happened to my Mass Effect 2. Or maybe I had it digitally, but I don't think there were digital games. I don't know. I'll just have to look and see. And on Xbox, I can look at my games pending in an install. And if Mass Effect 2 is indeed in that library, then I'll know that, hey, yeah, I can download this. And it knows that, at some point in time I had purchased it, and I can just download it and play it. That is a series I would love. Like I did with Gears, I tried foolishly. I never got through it, but I was going to play all through Gears 1, 2, 3, Judgment, and then now Gears 4. I should do the same with Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And when I remember right, Mass Effect 3 was just so good. That was actually one of my favorites out of the three. All of them were good, superior games. Just like my BioShock series, which I absolutely love. Which, by the way, I should get. If I don't get the PS4, there's several games out there that are also on big discount, like the BioShock collection. I think it's $30. Which I would love to get, put on the Xbox One and play it again. So yeah, what else? There's just you guys will have to keep your eyes out. Something I need personally is my Xbox One. Gold is, I think here in about a month, is expiring. And I've put that on my personal Christmas wish list. So what I'm going to do, I think it expires before Christmas, is I'm going to just buy like a 3-month. In fact, I think on Black Friday at Myers, which I was talking about, I think it's Myers. Myers, because they're a 24-hour operation, they happen to be one of the stores open on Thanksgiving, which, in a way, I think sad if you're being forced to work. However, they probably offer like triple time, and there's a lot of volunteers that come into work. But anyway, I think they've got their 3-month subscription card marked down to $15. So I may have to swing into Meijer that day and just buy a 3-month subscription. Then if I get the yearly subscription for Christmas, I'm good to go. Okay, guys. Yep. I'm at the 25-minute mark here. So from my window back here, this happens to be the hallway going down to a room where I do record. But from my window to yours, have a great week. And yes, just sigh. And I think there are good things to come. Yeah, we'll see. So anyway, take care, guys. Peace out. And yeah, again, promote the video. I'm not monetized, but promote it if you like. Send it to your friends. Say, hey, this guy's good. So anyway, Yeah, take care, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.